And what I want to talk to you about is not getting distracted or chasing glittery things, butterflies, to distract you from your purpose and what you're committed to. I want you to imagine that you are a chef and you're going to cook a 3-course meal for a group of your friends. So that's the goal. And to make it successful, you've got to plan it carefully, or you've got to plan your menu, and you've got to prioritize your activities. You need to focus on the most important tasks first, such as preparing the proteins, chopping the vegetables, creating a base for your sauce. Now, if you get those tasks done correctly and in time, you're going to have a great meal and great result. But if you get distracted, if while you're preparing your meal, you start getting distracted on trivial things like, geez, you know what? The kitchen needs to be cleaned up, or the utensils are dirty. Let me clean that. Let me organize the spices. And if you start getting distracted by what seems to be important items, you're not going to finish the meal on time. You're going to rush. You're going to make mistakes or not even have the meal. In the same sense, in our business, you need to prioritize your activities in achieving your success. You need to stay focused on the high priority activities and not get distracted by these minor things. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is this week is you commit to important high priority tasks and don't get distracted by these other activities that might seem important. You know, Stephen Covey, I'll read you something Stephen Covey said, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. That's what's key. There is, we've all heard the 80-20 principle. And I'm going to share with you the 80-20 principle was actually written by an Italian economist. It was called Pareto's Principle, because that was the guy's name, Pareto. And what he discovered is that in a lot of things, the top 20% generates 80% of the results. For example, I'll give you an example, the movie industry. 20% of all movies in any given year generate 80% of the revenue in the movie industry. If you look at your closet, some of you only wear 20% of your outfits. And by the way, polyester is still not coming back for some people that have polyester in the closet. So the same, you ever notice in our business that sometimes when you're most productive is when you're planning a vacation or you have an event? And I'm going to tell you why that is, as part of the Pareto Principle, is that when you are forced in time with a commitment to producing something in a certain specific time, it forces you to find the high priority activities and not do the other low priority activities. It forces you to do those 20% high priority activities that generate 80% of your revenue in your business. Well, I suggest instead of that happening by accident, do it by design. That this week you look at those high priority activities and focus in on that. And I'll tell you, there's nothing in that's more important in our business than prospecting. Prospecting will always generate 80% of your business. Not getting organized or not sending out emails and not checking Facebook and even doing social media posting and da. No, it's belly to belly, face to face with human beings. Buyers and sellers, talking, getting on the phone, door knocking. So really focus in this week, gang, and prepare a wonderful meal for you and your family and get that meal produced. All right. Hope that helped you. For those of you got to go, I'm staying on the call. We got more questions. For those of you got to go, stay safe, stay focused, and don't forget to keep smiling.